everyone, it's your girl Beauty87 here, and today I figured we would get into me trying some new powders. So I told y'all I was gonna buy the Prime Beauty powders. I had so much other stuff to buy all throughout the year though, till I finally got around to buying them around, I think they had 12 days of beauty or 5 days of beauty or 7 days of beauty. Sometimes some amount of days of beauty where they gave discounts on each thing. So when they did these for, I think it was 10 or 15 or 20% off, I went ahead and bought them. So I got the darker one for my skin tone, and then I got the lighter one for underneath the eye. And as you can see, I didn't even blend out my concealer because I wanted to get these going. Now we're mainly going to be testing the one that's going on the face, not necessarily one underneath the eye, because y'all know I have to take off eyeshadow looks all day long, and it wouldn't be fair to the brand if I, tested it based upon that, because I'm going to take off at least 4 eyeshadow looks. But anyway, let's go ahead and blend this out. Damn, y'all, the eyeshadow I had on from yesterday is still, like, messing with my eye. Anyway, get my concealer brush, and then we can get into that. Hopefully, I didn't leave it on too long, and then it's going to be difficult to blend out. Because I have had this on for a little while, and then I blended out my cream contour, and then did this. So, yeah, it's looking like it's going to be difficult to blend out, Lord Jesus. I have on the, Milani Conceal and Perfect Conceal underneath the eyes. I want to shade, I believe it's 50 Deep Tan. I know the color name is Deep Tan, even if I don't necessarily know the number. But okay, it's still blending out, thank God, because y'all, I was concerned. I was like, Lord Jesus. Because y'all saw when I blended it, how it blended smoothly, but it wasn't like moving that much of the coverage. But I guess that's good, because that means I ain't got to worry about the coverage blending away when I have to take off my eyeshadow. Because sometimes I get a little crazy and goes all, oh God, all up in here in the inner corner. And then I'd be concerned. I'm going to just take it over my eyeball too, since we here, and I don't like the way it looks because of that pink eyeshadow I had on my eyes yesterday. You all will see a picture of it sometime next week, but yeah, I'm trying to just erase that right now because I have to sit here and look at it and it's not cute. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, of course, I'm going to start off with this one, and then I will take one of the contour and bronzer shades in here and do that, and then I'll go over the with the powder. So these retail for $25, so they're not expensive powders. I have a bronzer from them as well, but I forgot to bring it with me in order to do this review, which is why we're just gonna use neons, and everybody should be fine. Make sure this is the right color for underneath the eyes, because last thing we need to do is put the shade that matches my face underneath the eyes. Child, that would be a mess. Okay, so I'm gonna start, and this is a color range sponge from their holiday collection in 2000, and I want to say 19. This sponge is like super soft, and look how nice this under eye is looking. Y'all, look how nice the under eye looks, honey. Okay, Prime, they over here making points with this powder, honey, cause honey, I wanted to include this in a full face of nothing new black owned brands edition, so I could accent some of the newer black owned brands products I had, and then have this as like the star new item of the video. But it didn't work out that way because I don't have time for that today. I still have like 5 Instagram videos to do, and Adriangameover's dad is dropping him off this morning when he gets off work, so I want to leave here at 12, so it's like 7 something in the morning, y'all, of me trying to get this done, because I still got like 5 or 7 different eye looks. Plus I got to review the Surratt eyeshadows I bought from the sale at Sephora, because it'll be my first time trying Surratt this year. They haven't had a whole bunch of stuff I wanted to try. Like, everybody talks about their blushes, but y'all know I don't give a damn about blush. I don't care. So that's not appeasing to me. And then they have what else do they have? I'm like legit trying to think. They had that weird dropper foundation, and that didn't appeal to me either because people said the coverage was really light. And y'all know we're a full coverage cream, so that will not suffice. Sorry, it's 7:40, so it's almost 8 o'clock. So I got 4 hours to get 5 eye looks done and film this video. Then rush myself home. I'm not even gonna try to edit it here. I'm going to edit it at home to make sure that Adriangameover doesn't feel like mommy is gone too long. Because if you all did not know, Adriangameover is a mama's boy, so mommy has to, make provisions for that. And since I work at night and in the daytime I'm sleeping when, he is awake, I try to have the weekends with him. But since he doesn't live with his dad, obviously when his dad asks to come get him for weekends, I don't want to be that parent who's like, no, I didn't get any time with him, so I have to like sacrifice my time so that his dad can still have time and be a positive influence, because at the end of the day, I'm not a man. So I'm taking the bronzer shade right here, and we're just gonna, and then if I put too much, I can put the setting powder over it, and then when I spray my face, you won't even notice. But this is a reference number, what is this, 5? This is the one for the bronzer. I used to use this one for blush and then use the blush one for bronzer. Just because I liked the shape of it better. But it's like I'm just going ahead and, you know, trying to use it the way everyone else uses it now. But I'm trying to set the cream down and make sure it stays looking pigmented prior to us putting on the setting powder, which is why obviously I'm doing this first. So if it looks a little messy, it's fine because, you know, we're going to put powder over it, and then I'm trying to decide if I lightly put a little bit over the top or not. I probably won't, just because we already have the cream and the powder underneath here, so I feel like it won't necessarily be necessary. Anyway, now we have the shade Bronze Babe, and the other one I used was Golden Gal. Now, I was concerned about this powder because, look at that. It looks kind of dark. So, I was concerned that it wasn't going to be my, you know, shade. I thought it was going to be like some of those powders that are a little more red. Like, I know I have the... Sorry, the hairs from the brush keep going up my nose and getting stuck on my eye and everything. So, I don't know what's going on with that. But, see, I feel like it looks a little red. And that's my only concern with powders like this. Is like, I feel like when people make powders for dark skin, they always automatically make them red, and it's like I felt like because they were a black owned brand, I wasn't gonna have this issue, but still in all, I have the issue of this being a red tone powder when I have a golden undertone. So I'm interested to see how well this is gonna work out because it's a reddish undertone powder, and I don't necessarily like my setting powder to be red in undertone. I prefer, like Jackie, to have a more neutral one. So this one might just be one I have to use in the summertime, because in the wintertime I don't have a reddish undertone. That's more likely my summer thing. And my plan was to just use the Pat McGrath one and the Give Me Glow one, because I already owned it from when they had like their sale, when they had restock stuff and put the extra spicy one up. But, you know, we'll see how this wears. If it wears, okay. It could just be this foundation, though, because I have on the Colourpop Foundation. I noticed that, to me, has a little bit of a reddish undertone. So, at least in the bottle it looks red. So, I'm thinking that might be why I'm not necessarily feeling it. But, yeah, so, we'll see how this goes. But, I mean, it's looking okay on the face. But I definitely feel like I see redness, like, in this part down here toward the bottom of my face and on the sides where I put it. And I'm not necessarily a fan of that. So, we'll see how that goes. Anyway, just dropped my setting spray. Jesus. Okay, so we're going to use the Hangover from Too Faced and spray my face. And then y'all know how I do. I normally press in the powder after I have sprayed my face with some sort of setting spray to make sure it looks more skin-like, if you will. And it does. But I feel like my face looks really nice and smooth and flawless. I used a different mask than I normally use on the weekends. I have one from Philosophy that's supposed to be called the Pore Extractor, and I just put it toward like this area of the pores on the nose, and I use the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid what is it, primer. And I feel like the face is looking pretty nice. So I usually put on blush next, so we're gonna go ahead and take Neon's blush in this palette. If you all remember, I gave away my extra palette that they sent me, because they sent me this one and they gave me 2 contours and a bronzer instead of the highlighter that was supposed to be at the top. And I told them, and like not even 30 minutes after I told them, they like told me they were mailing me out another one, which I greatly appreciated. But I was like, I already have this one, and I hate that I felt like I was wasting products. So I just honestly wanted you all to see the highlighter, but I didn't actually ever use the highlighter. I mailed that palette off to someone else to let them experience it, because at the end of the day it was just a gold highlighter. And although I'd like to know what Midas's highlighter formula is like, if they ever come out with singles, I'll just buy it and then I'll find out then, because I wasn't going to waste the whole palette. And you know, so the blush is quite pigmented, but I can calm that down once I spray the face again after I do everything else. Let me go ahead and use the highlighter. We're going to use the Natasha Denona highlighter just because I'm trying to use this. This is one of the things I'm trying to pan. I want to use up these 2 highlighters, and then I can just throw this palette away, because these putties up here at the top are terrible. So I usually just go in and mix both the highlighters. So that's what I'm going to do. And I feel like this would be the perfect palette to use, because Neon's palette does not have the highlighter in it. Well, I gave away the one with the highlighter, like I just said. So go use this real quick. But I'm loving the way these powders look like honey. Except on my cheeks, I'm really not feeling how dark it looks there, especially because it's like it's wintertime and my skin isn't supposed to be looking darker, you know, in reddish tones. Like I expect it to look more bronzy. I mean, not bronzy, but more golden, and it's not. So, That's my only complaint so far, but the powder lays beautifully on the face. Y'all saw how it looked underneath my eyes and around my pore area. It looked amazing. So I love the under eye one. I just have my reservations about the face one. Anyway, now I'm going to spray my face again. And then I'm going to take the lovely sponge and pat it in again so we can calm down that blush and the highlighter. That's why I go hand with all my products, because it's like, I know once I pat it in, like, it's where most of it's going to disappear, and then I don't have to worry about if I put on too much. That's another reason I do that, so that way, if I screw up on application and put too much on, I could just use the spray and fix that whole problem. Now see how less pigmented my cheeks look and my face look with that highlighter after I sprayed my face? So that's pretty much it, y'all. I will check in with you all a little bit later on tonight when I am at home to show you how the powder is lasting through the day. I'll try to do one check-in in the middle of the day. I don't know. I don't promise anything, but I will see you guys a little bit later. Okay, everyone. So I have returned, and it is 5:08. So I put this on at like 8 something in the morning. So I figured we've had enough time to see how it's all going. Now I'm actually quite impressed with the powder. Now mind you, I feel like I'm oilier here than usual, but that's because I used the Tatcha silk canvas instead of like more mattifying primer. So this powder doesn't seem like it's that great for mattifying because I'm getting oily all up in here and then all up in here. Now I only went to Walgreens and, like, you know, warmed up the car and put the stuff in and out the car, so it wasn't like I went a whole bunch of places. And then I took out the trash just like maybe half an hour ago, so I haven't been outside a lot, and I feel like the oil control isn't, you know, the best. I'm looking at my phone right now because I'm on the camera right now, but overall I like the way the powder looks. I feel like it sat well on the skin and it's lasting quite nicely. I just don't know about its oil controlling powers because these are the places I'm normally oily and it's not working out so well. But I will try it again with a different primer that works better for, you know, oil control, and we'll see how that goes. But I'm liking the way the powder looks on the face. Once it warmed up to the face, it looked way nicer than it did at the beginning. If you all remember, I told you I thought it looked kind of dark and red, but it's working out for me, so I'm here for it, and it's a vibe. We will try it out some more, but I would definitely say go ahead and try it out. I think it looks beautiful underneath the eyes. I think it looks beautiful on my face. I think they did all that over there, and right now I think they're having 21% off right now, so you need to go ahead and check it out. I don't know if it'll be still 21% off once I get done with this video, but you know, it's 21% off now, so enjoy. I don't know who I'm talking to because clearly you're not going to see this video anytime soon. Anyway, but I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are dimes. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.